Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. Today we are going to be talking about Alkaline Trio's new record, Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs, coming out January 26th. This is just a first impressions, how you feeling type situation. So with me is the usual suspects, Tim.
Howdy.
And Colquitt.
Hello.
And I'm Jason, even though that says you on the screen there. The host with the most. There you go. So Alkaline Trio.
Take it up with the editor.
Yeah, we were going to have Joe join us because he's a big Alkaline Trio fan too, but he couldn't quite make it, so
we'll talk for him.
we should be covering the entire discography for October this year, which I'm looking forward to. So why don't you guys, let's give a, because we haven't covered this band before, what's your general history relationship with Alkaline Trio?
For me, I remember God Damn It when it came out because Clavicle was on many a mixtape with the emo kids at that time. And it's a great song. It's a good record, but I never really listened to anything else past that. I remember hearing We've Had Enough on everything all the time, and I love that song. So that was pretty cool, but I never bought the record for some reason. Like, I just am not that familiar with most of this band's output outside of the occasional song that pops up on Spotify Shuffle when it reaches the end of my playlist or whatever, you know? Like, I've heard a couple songs do that. Yeah, that's mine.
All right. What about you, Tim? Because mine's probably the longest.
Sure, yeah. I have a CD. I have one of their albums that I don't remember why I purchased. I haven't listened to it in a while.
It was Crimson, right?
But
I think I asked you earlier.
Crimson is the one I have, yeah. And I have the double disc version, which is probably why I bought it, just because I love B-sides and stuff. And ran across it and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. Let's check it out. And beyond that, though, it's not a career I followed. So that'll be a brand new discography for me when we get to it.
Yeah, like I've seen him live, but that's because Cursive was opening up for him. That's why I've even seen him live. It's just because I was going to see Cursive anyway.
I've seen them a couple times. I saw them open for... Yeah, they opened for My Chemical Romance, or My Chemical Romance opened for them. I think MCR opened for them.
Yeah, that would make more sense, I would think.
At the time.
Depending.
Yeah, what year was it?
Yeah, a couple years later, Muse was opening for My Chemical Romance, so...
Yeah, for real.
I got into them with Good Morning, and I found, like, because I worked at Walmart, and I went to the CD store, or the CD section, and they just had this album. And I was like, that looks kind of cool, and I looked at it, and the only reason I bought it is because it said it was on Vagrant Records. I was like, oh, I know Vagrant.
Yeah.
And became a fan, went back, got all the other albums in the past, and I've continued to follow this band all the way up to Cursed. And you mentioned B-sides. Whenever we do this band, you got to listen to their Remains B-sides. It's double album. It's fucking good.
We'll put it on the list, and then I have no choice.
Yeah,
I even hung up my Alkaline Trio banner that I forgot I had that came with the My Shame Is True.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Ouija board.
Fun. That's fun.
Yeah, they get into it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Little spyglass thing and a full board.
Yeah, like I understand the love of this band because like I've got one of my best friends, Tiffany, is obsessed with this band and loves everything about them, and I get it, man. Just never was my cup of tea, but it's cool tea.
Their lyrical output is just right up my alley. It's full of metaphors and comedy and dark humor. But anyway, so we're here to talk about Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs.
Well, I've only heard 3 songs from it, and I like it better than the latest Blink-182 record, and they're obviously intrinsically linked in a way. So, thought I'd say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, it just came out, so I've had a chance to listen to it once. But yeah, it is. It's better than the Blink 182 album. It's probably better than the last Foo Fighters album.
Mm.
It is. And I'm still sitting with the Green Day album, so I'm not quite sure which one's better there. But right now I'm leaning towards this.
Yeah, same. From what I've heard of the new Green Day, I like the 3 songs that I heard from this way more.
Yeah. But yeah, off this one, I really like, the riff in Hot for Preacher right off the bat. It's awesome. That's a great opening song. The production throughout is great.
606.
Say it again?
606.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
You can hear it too.
Yeah, you can. You can. It sounds really good. There's all kinds of cool little like layers in the production too. They got like cool percussion and stuff going off in the background. A lot of cool harmonies when they need them. Great album. There was only one song that I was like kind of iffy on, really. And even then, like, I'm sure the more I hear it, the more I'll like it. But yeah, the Broken Down in a Time Machine was a little predictable. But one of the things I really liked about the album was that even though it's still very much in a pop format, there's a lot of changes and stuff that aren't predictable. Melody-wise, chord-wise, rhythm-wise. Like, while staying within the box, they're doing really interesting things with it. Which is always, fun to hear. As opposed to staying in the box and just staying in the box and failing miserably.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The 3 songs I heard, it was like really inventive in a way. I mean, it's very much pop format, but still like super rockin', and it's got a good beat. You can dance to it. It's like they're great songs. It's just great. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to listen to the whole record when I'm available to do so.
Yeah, it's been a busy January.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, the tempo changes though. That's something kind of unique to this record that they haven't done too much in the past. So this album is the first album they've recorded as a band in the same room since like the beginning, and that kind of shows.
Well, you have to at 606 too. Like, it just sounds too good not to.
The writing process.
Way too many albums coming out there the last couple of years to like. The liver the band is in that room, the better it sounds.
Yeah, well, not just recording, but writing as well. They wrote it together, which is
nice. Okay,
something we'll get into Lawrence Arms, but like they have 2 singers, 2 songwriters. There's Matt songs, Dan songs. Whereas this one, there's a lot of like combined. You can tell they work together in the song. There's a lot of like vocal trade-offs that they don't normally do. Like even in versions of
interesting.
Matt sings the first verse and then Dan takes, or vice versa. There's a lot of songs like that on this record, which is kind of unique for them, honestly. Usually this is a Matt song, this is a Dan song. So I actually really fucking like this record. Alkaline Trio have been on a decline for me since, what was the album after Crimson? Agony and Irony? They've kind of
something like that, yeah.
Coasting, maybe. Like, good songs here and there, but very like, what you're getting with the Alkaline Trio record. Until, I guess, Matt joined Blink. And at some point they put out Cursed, which I really fucking like this record. But it's more like a standard Alkaline Trio record, whereas this one is like, maybe it's the new drummer, I don't know, but there's more energy on this record than the past like 4 or 5. So, yeah, I've got notes for the whole thing. Hot for Preacher. Did not expect that main riff to go as hard as it does for Alkaline Trio. Meet Me, again, strong guitar riffs, out of the norm for the trio. Interesting vocal melody.
That was a good song too. Yeah.
Classic Trio lyrics like "As the sky is falling, I'll fall into your arms." Versions of You is probably my least favorite single released, but I do like Dan's voice on it. I think Dan has aged like fine wine. Like he gets better, his voice gets better as they go on. Bad Time was my favorite single release. It's just fun to sing. It's up there with I Want to Be a Warhol. Scars, the intro sounded really familiar, but I couldn't place it. The bass sounds crisp. Really loving the production. Some cool guitar effects on the second verse. Break is a Matt song. It's classic Trio, which is not a put down. You got some bells ringing out. Typical Matt melodies, soaring chorus, classic lyrics like I want to tell you all there is to know about the end of days. It's just as well. We take it slow. We'll get there either way. There's a lot of interesting starts and stops in that song. Shake With Me, the bass is minimum but really strong. They use a lot of different tempos and song structures. You can tell they wrote this together. Shake is one of the best examples. Both Matt and Dan have lyrics and sections. There's a cool tempo change. The title track, first single, it got me hyped because I really fucking liked. That's one of their best singles in a long time. Interlude was just a short instrumental. It's fine, whatever.
I actually really liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not...
That weird percussion in the background, like, had me. Like, it sounds really good.
Yeah, it's not a bad interlude. It's just there.
It's just there, but yeah, I did really like it.
It's not one of those instrumentals you'd skip. Like, you just let it play through, because...
Yeah.
I like Broken Down in a Time Machine. I think that's my favorite Dan song on the album. The chorus hits, and I think Adam joining has opened up the band to some different tempos and whatnot, things that they don't normally do. Teenage Heart, though, they can fumble a closing track. Like, Crimson, the closing track on Crimson's just boring and dumb. But this one's pretty decent. It has this weird Christmas theme going on for some reason, where he says, all I want for Christmas is an AR-15. My stocking stuck with fentanyl. Dropped like a fly at the ripe age of 16, wishing I had a friend to call. It's classic fucking
That
Trio.
was great, yeah. I liked that.
And again, Matt has the first verse, Dan has the second. Like, they're trading off. I don't know.
It's a more collaborative effort, which is always something you can hear. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, you can definitely hear, like, they're all into it. Yeah, there's a really good energy on this album. And they're doing some interesting things. I was really happy with it.
Yeah, as far as Green Day, usually when Green Day puts out a record, that's like my automatic album of the year. A little biased, but just going off the singles released, I think Trio got them beat. There's No American Dream is killing me here.
No.
I mean, the
although,
title
you
track...
know,
Oh, go ahead, Tim.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, you know, from what I'm understanding, people are enjoying the new Green Day. So, it's probably just comes down to a matter of taste.
Oh yeah, it's a Rob Cavallo special.
Word, yeah.
It'll be up there.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna agree with you though. I think I do like this one more than the new Green Day. I think I like it more than the new Foo Fighters. I think I like it more than the Blink-182. I think I like it more than the new Rancid. It's been out for a year now.
Engineer?
I would say it might be on par with that.
Yeah, it's pretty on par.
I'd say it's on par in quality.
I got to listen to both. Like, I got to A-B them.
I mean, I've got to listen to the rest of this record. But those three songs were really good, and I wanted to listen to them. I actually listened to them like twice in a row, which I usually don't do.
I'm telling you, you started out and you hear that opening riff on Hot for Preacher, and you are like, your interest is piqued.
Yeah, that is a great song, and what a great title too.
Yeah, that is a great title.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Versions of You was my favorite song I've heard so far, but it's definitely, I don't know. It's got kind of a math rocky kind of like riffage going on. It's kind of like, I don't know, kraut rocky in the guitars and angular and stuff, and it's fun. And then Bad Time kind of I really love that song a lot too, and it reminded me of like old Block Party in a way, which is always a good thing in my opinion. Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs is the only other song I've heard, and it was really good up until the chorus kind of felt predictable in a way, but like it's still good. It's just not as good as the other two songs, but it's still, I'd rather listen to that than whatever that Green Day song was that was mentioned earlier, because I've only heard like once probably. But yeah,
and yet you've heard it a million times.
Like, I'm excited to get excited about the record. In fact, like, it's pretty cool.
No, this definitely starts off the year strong. This is a strong contender. Like, just a really good rock record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong place to start.
Well, I guess
thumbs up for me so far.
Yeah. We'll see where it fits in with the whole catalog later in the year when we cover Alkaline Trio.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, that's right.
Which means we'll have done all three of the big Chicago 2000s bands by the end of the year, because we've already done Rise Against.
Mm-hmm. This is better than Rise Against for me.
Yeah, I've always liked Trio more than Rise Against.
Yeah.
But the Lawrence Arms are that's kind of my go-to.
It's your bread and butter.
Yeah, I love some Lawrence Arms.
Well, I'm excited to get to them too then.
Absolutely.
If you like references, we'll get into that.
I do. I love references, man. That's my favorite. That's my bread and butter. References. I love that shit.
The Lawrence Arms.
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
Mystery Science Theater 3000 is just references, and I love that show. It's my favorite. So, like, that's just a part of my vibe. I'm into it. I'm excited. Even more excited now, sir.
Well, I mean, Trio's got a song called "Hot for Preacher." Lawrence Arms got a song called "Lose Your Illusion."
Nice.
So, yeah, this is just a first impressions video. We'll, deep dive this record one by one with the rest of the albums later on.
Definitely coming back to this one now.
Yeah, we missed Joe. Maybe I'll edit in a little section of Joe giving his review. Who knows?
Joe loves it.
Joe loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought Joe wrote notes and everything. Like, I'm bummed he couldn't make it.
No, because again, he's pressed for time too.
Yeah.
We're jumping early on the Trio. So.
Well, I'm gonna give it a solid boom.
I get the thumbs up for me for sure.
We got 3 thumbs. 3 thumbs for it.
I love the Trio.
3 thumbs towards the heavens for this record.
Ooh, I don't know if that's where Matt like more. I think he prefers hell.
Well, I mean, come on. It's a.
All right. Sure with that, give us a like, subscribe. We're doing Lawrence Arms coming soon. Who else are we doing?
Alkaline
COC.
Trio.
Yeah, Alkaline Trio. Rise Against is already out. Yeah, a lot of good bands. Beck, I'm getting back on the fucking cards. Def Leppard, you got to stick around for Def Leppard. Be safe.
Maybe a little weather report.
Yeah, we'll give you weather. It's fucking cold right now. Here's your weather report. Be safe. Make good decisions.